Okay guys, a inbox review of an item that I posted on a Facebook page, and a couple of people asked me to do an inbox view as soon as it arrived. It's like an eggplant style English Electric Lightning produced by a guy in Japan, Mr. Kanezawa, who produces these. Kindly shipped this out to me. His communication and his customer service was second to none. Can't really fault him. It took a long time to get to me. It's been over 3 weeks, but it was by no means his fault that that happened. All the time I kept in contact with him, he was absolutely excellent in responding to messages and reassuring me no matter what happened, I would get this. So, excuse me. It finally arrived today. As you can see, he has gone to a lot of effort to make sure that this is packed really, really well. So what I shall do next is open the box and we'll have a look inside. Okay, box open. Obviously, I didn't want to show a video of me opening the box because I hate nothing more than reviews that waffle on. But as you can see, he's bubble wrapped the package for me with these little doohickeys inside to keep it nice and safe. And if we just undo the bubble wrap package, you'll see actually he's very professional so far. It is a resin kit. Lonestar resin parts, which will be this chap's company. It's worth noting that the company is a real, I guess you would say in England, a cottage industry or a mum and pop operation, you know, very, very small industry, very, very limited number of kits they do per run. When I ordered this, he did tell me that they were running pretty low. I saw this on Facebook and it was just one of them things. As soon as I saw it, you know, they say to yourself, I must have this. And it looks great. I haven't opened it yet, I haven't looked inside, but I will in a second, obviously. But I'm a big fan of the eggplant series of models and things, and this is just such an unusual subject for that. So I shall, without further ado, open the box and we'll have a look inside. The first thing we're presented with, obviously, well, not obviously, is we've got some very, very tiny decals. I'll just put my knife here just for reference. So we've got some tiny decals there, 172 it says. 172. This is a 172 Lightning. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure why he's put that on, but nonetheless, it doesn't matter as long as they do the job. So what I'll do, I'll pause this for a second. Okay, so open the pack with the decals in, and we've got here beautiful picture. These are obviously just printed out on a color printer in A4. Has got Japanese and English. Look, it looks like a reasonably basic kit, so I don't think you've got too much to worry about. We've got a parts list here, the decal sheet, various instructions, so on and so forth, where to drill holes. Let's just have a look at the other side. Beautiful colour instructions. Obviously a vac formed canopy, so on and so forth. He's gone through a lot of trouble highlighting this. Apparently There is a stand included as such. So that's the instructions. Very, very basic. I think there is one more page here. Stenciling decals on. It's put guns colours, thank you. I love guns paints, and that's a big help to actually do a nice colour call out there. Nice picture of a Lightning there. Obviously you can Google more and more. Number 11 Squadron RAF, so quick Google, tappity tappity tap, and you'll be able to find more detail on there if you need to, like every kit. Oh, I've just noticed in the back of the decals there's some more decals there with squadron numbers and things on. So that's that bit. Some of you would say the boring bit. Let's have a look inside the box. And yeah, it's an interesting box. So okay, so resin kit, and oh wow, he's tiny. He's tiny. You see my thumb there? He's a tiny little beastie. Resin, having said that, appears to be cast very well, very solid. You know, a couple of little cast seams that would be extremely easy to take out. A couple of sinkholes that would easily be fixed with a bit of Mr. Surfacer. Feels very good. Very, very high quality moulding. Very, very impressive. Obviously some casting marks and things we've got to take out there, which wouldn't prove too difficult. Excuse me. Going further in, these are stuck. These are actually, he's actually glued these to the box so they don't rattle around, which is a nice touch. So he's physically glued these little bags here that he's carefully sealed. He's glued them to the bottom so they don't rattle around in transport and they don't get damaged, which is awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. These parts here look very well cast. Got a little pilot's head there. Some fins there. The overwing fuel tanks. And not sure which part that is, but yeah, fuel probe, the fuel probe there. Obviously the nose cone. Awesome. Excuse me. Vac formed cap, vac formed canopy is here. I've never done a vac formed canopy. I'm actually not looking forward to doing one of these. Obviously, if you're producing on this scale, this is the way to go if you're a manufacturer. But I'll definitely be looking up a few YouTube videos and picking some of the guys' brains on how they personally would handle a vac form canopy. Not as much margin of error when you're masking, because obviously if you're masking with a scalpel and you're cutting bits out, you're going to go straight through that. So I'll have to pay particular attention when I'm masking this not to damage it. But ultimately, looks awesome. Cannot complain. Just sort of having a good look here. We've got these parts here. They're the wings. Very, very tiny, tiny, stubby little wings, which is very cute. Excuse me. Sorry, just getting over a cold at the moment. Now, this doesn't come with any landing gear. As such, it comes with this stand, wooden stand, which I'm presuming, yeah, look, I'm presuming that would go in there like such, and then that would go in there like that, and then there's a hole at the back here where that can be screwed into, like so, for your display. So if you're creative, you could do all sorts of things with that. You know, you don't have to use this. Does look a little bit crude, but I'll definitely be using it, I think. If you were one of these creative types, you could probably use a bit of clear plastic tube that you could manipulate instead, or use some cotton wool to make some jet exhaust to come out of there, or so you've got plenty of scope. So summary, this cost me, delivered to Melbourne, Australia from Japan, this cost me a total of 65 Australian dollars. 65 Australian dollars, and this is pretty much what I got in the box. Was it good value? I think it was. Why do I think it was? Although there's not much to it. If a major manufacturer was mass producing this, it would probably be $20. But the fact is they're not. And, you know, we've got to rely on guys like this to produce things that we want. And unfortunately, when they're produced like that, they cost money to produce. They're not cheap. So production costs go up. I don't need to explain this to 99.9% of you. You know this. $65. I personally think it was worth the money, just for the unusualness of the subject. If a major manufacturer was producing this in great numbers, no, I wouldn't think it was value for money. But very, very cute little model. I hope you've enjoyed the inbox review. When I finally put this together, I'll maybe do another video. But in the meantime, guys, hope you've enjoyed this, and happy styrene snapping. Take care. Bye-bye.